Hi, my name's Kevin with the LaPorte Law Firm, and today I'm going to address a question we get from our clients who've been approved for disability and are wondering whether they can still have money in their bank or how much money they can have in their bank accounts and continue to get the disability benefit. And so I hate to say it, but as with a lot of questions that are posed to attorneys, the answer is it depends. So it depends primarily on what kind of benefit you're receiving. So if you've been approved for Social Security and you've been approved for SSDI, it stands for Social Security Disability Insurance Benefits, then once you're on that benefit and you're otherwise eligible, Social Security is not going to look at your finances. They're not going to ask you how much money you have in your bank accounts, your checking account. If you have a 401k, you can draw down from that 401k. It's not going to affect your monthly disability. And the reason is you've paid into this system through your FICA taxes, your federal income taxes over the years, through your employment. So like an insurance system, this is essentially a payout, and they don't look at whether you meet any income restrictions or anything like that. So you can be a wealthy individual, even if Mark Zuckerberg became disabled and was unable to work, and he has billions of dollars in the bank account, he could still be eligible for the SSDI benefit, so long as he paid his FICA taxes, which might be another question. If you are eligible for SSI, which is the low income disability benefit, SSI just stands for supplemental security income. That's for people who have not worked as much or have not qualified for SSDI, but otherwise meet the disability rules. Then the answer is yes, it does matter how much money you have in your bank. And in general, in order to meet the non-medical rules for SSI on an ongoing basis after an approval, you have to have less than $2,000 on a month-by-month basis if you're an individual who's single, or $3,000 if you're married, in order to continue to meet the non-medical rules for SSI. So those who are on SSI need to be aware of that, because if they have a savings account, for example, that's worth $4,000. Any month where they have access to this account, they are technically ineligible for SSI. Or if you get married and your spouse is working, that work income can be deemed to you. And even if you're eligible on the medical side for SSI, Social Security is going to ask for the value of your accounts, on a month-by-month basis. They'll ask about your spouse's income. And so they will look at your assets if you're on SSI only. So it's important here to distinguish the difference between SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance Benefits, and SSI in order to answer this question. So again, the main takeaways are, once you've been approved for Social Security disability, and assuming you're getting SSDI, then you can have as much money as you possibly can in bank accounts, checking accounts, the value of your house. You could sell your house. If you're on SSI only, then you need to be aware that any month where you have more than those resource limits, you'll be ineligible for SSI for that month. And Social Security will look into those assets. And the general principle behind all of this is Social Security is really they're concerned only if you are working or punching clock. So if you're on SSDI and you get income from some other source that you've paid into, like a 401k, or you sell a house, that will not count as earned income or working for Social Security purposes. If you do try to work, you are eligible for something called a trial work period, which we'll cover in another video, but SSDI beneficiaries are able to try to work for up to 9 months in a rolling 60-month period of time and still get their disability benefits. So it's just important to understand which program you've been approved for before deciding whether to work or trying to work. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, give us a call. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.